Hello, so I'm going to pause this battle just to give an intro here. This is an insane comeback from behind victory that the platoon of the Chang in a CS63, myself in a Leo, and Spox in an EBR 105 were able to pull out. To set the stage, we are top three. We're the only three tier 10s. We're up against an anonymized platoon in a Leopard 140 and T100. So matching up reasonably well. Like I said, it's a top tier battle. There's an even 90 and a Lynx in tier 8s. And this is Lakeville, and we deploy south. So Spox is in an EBR. His plan is to do a lakeside run, and the Chang initially wants to deploy middle, and myself deploying to about the J6, J7 area to try to shoot both middle and water side. It's a standard opening deployment in the platoons we run, where we have, you know, I'm not quite quick enough to get a shot in that 140. I think if I'd been on it a little bit better, I would have been able to get him. But he tucks in. Their Lynx makes a run, gets away essentially unspotted. 140 isn't giving me too much of a shot. I'm going to try to keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't peek. Our even 90 has reached the bush in the water line at S7. But he starts taking a little bit of blind fire. The 140 seems to know he is lit from there. We haven't found their T100 yet. We're sort of pinging various areas. We're speculating, and we're trying to figure out where he is. Our even 90 is taking blind fire, or is lit. I can't really tell. T100 is seen there. He pokes and gets a shot into Spox. Takes a shot back in return. And as you see, our city is a little thin. We have a tier 8 in there. I don't know where that shot went. And another tier 8 and tier 9 heading in there as well. We have a big cluster down at F2, cluster in more than one sense of the word, fighting a cluster of 4 tanks in their enemy team. Mix of 8s and 9s on our side, and a couple of 9s and a couple of 8s on their side. Our even 90 goes down to either blind or lit fire, can't tell. Spox is still trying to maintain vision, but he's afraid this 1T100 keeps poking and lighting him. Chang in the CS63 indicates he's been lit and has to run away. And unfortunately, we have lost a substantial portion of the map. Since we have had to give up middle control, the 140 gets a little cheeky. I am able to punish him down. And they have 2, 4, 6 tanks in city to our 3, and with no middle control, it looks like city is going to be in a spot of trouble. It's a little uncertain to us what the best course of action is. We're still trying to get some shots into city. Spox gets a shot in. Considering going back there, I get lit, T100 probably. SU gets a shot as I react just a smidge too late to that. But the SU does get punished for that somewhat. As you can see, our city is about to fall. We're down 3 tanks, down 1800 HP. And I am being lit by this tank in city. Prosciutto misses 2. Gets some damage back. But really looks pretty thin here. City's now gone. And I should have been falling back maybe about 30 seconds prior to this, but now I try to get out. This is going to be a very difficult exit. I make a little mistake there. Should be probably on the left side of that ridge. But I'm basically at this point just Trying to get out as fast as I can. Get a kill on that guy. Able to keep the house between myself and them most of this run. Didn't realize I was still lit there, but wonder if something else lit me. Anyway, Spox has fallen back to the house here. He's trying to maintain vision on the exits. We're down 4 tanks, but HP is relatively even as best as we can tell. The problem is that we are now compressed in literally a quarter of the map. Things go worse when Spox goes down. We're down 5 tanks now. And let's make it 6. And down 2000 HP. Valley is just being punished. We keep bleeding HP. One of our geniuses wants to push Valley. But in the meantime, I'm making a nest. I knocked this tree down just in order to get a little bit better camo. And Chang is in the deadly area where you can get crossfires there. One of their light goes down. And I keep bleeding HP, unfortunately. KB4 gets a shot into me, but I can nail him. Bad shot on the ISU. Chang puts him out of his misery. KB4 is trolling me, but not for long. Alright, only down 3 tanks and 1400 HP, but our position is still tenuous. As you can see, my descent with me has HP, and he decides he doesn't want it anymore. D30 is a one-shot. I'm at 700. Chang is a one-ish shot. Valley is also not looking great. There's really nothing to be done at this point. We can't push out. They have middle, they have city, they have valley. And it's just incumbent on them to push. And if they do it properly, they come underneath, the E75 goes down, that's good. But if they come underneath, they can dig us out. T100 does a dum-dum. He thinks he's an EBR for some reason. That was very much an EBR play. He gets lit, but he takes out a T30. I spot their Leopard, he tucks into that corner. He's down to 693 HP. Chang takes out their 140 who does a stupid peek. I thought that Mauerbrecher had fired. I saw a shell come in, I thought he had fired. That was dumb of me, but I take him out nonetheless. But at the cost of being down to a one shot. Still have 3 tanks Valley, make that 2. We have 3 tanks, Valley is holding. Leopard is middle. Tanks are now even somehow. Tanks are even, but we have absolutely no pushing power. We can't do anything because we have 4 one-shot tanks. Their Leopard is a 2-shot. E50 is probably a 1-shot. Low is probably a 1-shot. And then there's arty. I'm reasonably confident that the Leopard hasn't been able to get out because I've been maintaining vision. I have a decent crew on this tank, not running optics, but have 485 meters view range. And where he tucked in was about 430 meters. And with his on-the-move camo, he's probably not going to be able to get out safely. Blind that corner just to be sure he's not sitting there still, hasn't crept up. Chang and I are discussing how we're gonna play this one out. As you can see, the valley is still holding somehow because valley pushes don't work. But neither of our valley tanks have any HP whatsoever. And it's going to be a slow watching the clock. I'm gonna speed the game up for a bit here because it's going to be 3 minutes of staring and figuring out what they're gonna do. Me moving my tank around and me talking with Chang about what the plan's gonna be. And our VK poking valley and doing nothing. And their valley sitting there and doing nothing. Time's down to 4 minutes. Our VK peaked. Still alive somehow. I'm entertaining myself by jiggling my turret. Admiring the camo on the tank. Shout out to Chang for that one. Dynamic gameplay continues as the count continues to tick down and down and down. It's 2.5 minutes. And I'm going to slow it back down to normal speed when the horn sounds for the 2-minute mark. So it's 2 minutes to go. We have a slight HP disadvantage. As I point out, our draw is a win. We were down 6 tanks at a point in time. We weren't down too much HP, only 2,500. And we've done well to bring it close. It's min 30 left. And Chang and I are debating whether we actually want to throw caution to the wind and do something. Just at that point, their Leopard says he's going to try something. He gets picked. And at that point, Chang says, let's go, go, go. Chang goes turbo mode, and we decide to push straight up the middle. Chang is turboing past me. Their E50 picks out our VK. I try to let Chang through without knocking him because he can't control very well in that turbo mode. Chang runs into a low who bounces him, who tracks him actually. I finish him off. We're up a tank now. We actually have an HP advantage for the first time in the game. E50 and Arty, the only last 2 tanks alive, 35 seconds to go. Chang goes up the middle. We think the E50 is Valley. He's going to be looking for us while we push around. The plan is Chang slows it down. The plan is he's going to shoot by, and he'll take a hit, and I'll go and finish him off. See the E50 looking the other way. He fires. Chang says, I'm going for Arty. I decide to go for the E50. E50 has fired. Easy kill. Arty is spotted back there. 7 seconds to go. I'm reloading. Chang is switching to general mode. I do that. Finish. We win. Game. And I'm going to throw up the after game summary if I can. Essentially 11 kills for our platoon and about 9,000 HP worth of damage. And that was the game. Thank you for watching.